Allison's going to teach us about skill number 7 in promoting events for GoPro. So if you want to be a professional, uh, you want to listen up to what Allison has to say. She's a wife, a mom. She's at the top of the Juice Plus company. She is really, honestly, an expert in her area, and she makes this very professional. So take it away, Allison.
Thanks, Mary. Well, tonight's call was amazing. So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard the detox call yet, be sure to listen to that after this. But yes, professional. I love this book because it is how to be a professional in network marketing. And when I started network marketing, I had been a professional, but I had never been a professional in this industry. And these steps are written out. My I have dog-eared pages. I have highlights all over this book because I really always got this out in the beginning and I used it and referred to it and pretty well said what he said to say and used it the way he did. And one of the things that I'm excited to teach about tonight is promoting events is because when we talk about promoting our big events like conference, which is coming up next month in September, in Indy, I didn't really always know what to say to get people there because it's one of those things that you have to experience for yourself. But he pretty much says it in here what the benefits are for people going to those big events. And it's a very short chapter. So I recommend that everybody read it if you haven't already, but I'm going to give you the Cliffs Notes version tonight. And then Mary, can I have 5 minutes to teach and then 5 minutes to do a call to action for everybody at the end? What can we?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Okay, so promoting events is a skill, and we know that we have to learn our skills and sharpen our skills. It's not something that we're born knowing to do. And Eric teaches in this book, and I think it's chapter 7, to invite personally to events. So phone calls, text, or face to face, but be clear about what the event will do for them. So that's where I would always kind of get hung up is like, what's in it for them? I always wanted to know what was in it. And I still want to know what's in it for the people coming because it's hard to get them to take your word for it sometimes. And the more that you can do, so just for instance, showing up to Monday masterminds, you can probably, because you all show up, you can probably clearly tell someone what's going to be in it for them. And the truth is, we don't know what they're going to get out of it. But we do know that we're working for them to be the best version of themselves and to add value to their lives. So there's examples that he gives in the book. One of the things I just want to focus, I mean, we have all kinds of events we could invite to, but I do want to focus on talking about conference because it's right around the corner and it's never too late to invite. I think, Mary, what did you say? Yes. How soon, how close to the event was it for you when you
Uh,
said yes?
3 weeks.
3 weeks out. So a lot of people think that it's too late for somebody, especially she probably had, I don't know how old your boys were, but 3 boys at home and busy and all of that stuff. So I want to talk about inviting a conference because it is our next big event and it is a great opportunity for people to learn, meet leaders, and see what's possible for their business. And those things right there is exactly how you can invite. I'd love to invite you to our company's leadership conference next month. It's a chance for you to learn, meet leaders, and see what's possible for our business. Can I save a spot for you? So if you did that via phone call, text, or face to face, what do you all think would be the most powerful? Brianna says phone
Phone call or face to face.
or face to face. Yes, agree for sure. So it's easier, to get an answer and a direct answer with a direct question. And then following up, most people need multiple touches before saying yes. So sending reminders before the event. For conference, for instance, we have a lot of things that we need to kind of tie up the loose ends with. So somebody might say, yeah, that sounds fun. Let me check my schedule. Well, it's pretty easy to go back and say, okay, well, we've got one bedroom left, or we have a spot left for you, but I need your commitment. Then you're going to need to go ahead and commit to the team party and pay your $39. That type of thing. It gives you good chances to follow up and give that sense of urgency. He also teaches that we can use social media strategically. So sharing sneak peeks, success stories, or countdowns. but always tie it into what they're going to get out of attending and not just the event details. So make it fun. I mean, we have fun. So showing pictures or a reel of us having a good time. I love the one we did when we went to Orlando during COVID, and we did a virtual event with Leah. She planned a lot, a lot of the things we did in her area. And we did a reel on our teams and the fun that we have. And we promoted the places that we were going to go while we were there. I thought that was really cool. And then make it easy to attend. I saw that Mary shared a landing page for conference. I think that makes it easy when we give people the specifics. What day do we need to be there? What do we need to bring? What do we need to wear? People that have never been, my friend and I were just talking about this. We met at an event the other night for our kids, a back to school deal for our kids. And we didn't know if they were serving a meal. We didn't know how we needed to dress. We didn't know how the kids needed to dress. And we started talking about how important it was. Let it be a learning lesson for us to give people a vision for what to expect, because they're nervous making a commitment. They're nervous to walk into that room. And if we can give them those details and, the start times, the RSVP links, anything we can do to reduce friction will increase attendance. So that's very important. And that was just kind of a personal thing that happened to me last week. It's like, what are we going to get walking in here? How long is it going to last? Am I going to be underdressed if I wear jeans? Should we eat before we go? All of those things are easier if we give people those details ahead of time. And then our job at the event is very simple. Be a host, a connector, and a story sharer. Make people feel welcome. And we can do that for each other's people too. So, sometimes we bring a lot of people and sometimes we bring fewer people. And so the people who bring a lot of people, they may need help making their people feel comfortable. And I think our team is really amazing at that part where we introduce ourselves to each other. We ask them about themselves. I always loved certain boot camps and stuff where we would stay in a house together or a cabin together, and people could hear, we would sit around in the evenings and they could hear stories. And I think that was more powerful than what we had learned all day because of that connection. So it's our job to create an environment where people can make good decisions for their lives. And that's one thing I think that we can say too when we're inviting them. It's my job to create an environment where you can make a good decision for your life. And then going back to what I said earlier, I'd love to invite you to our company's leadership conference. It's a chance to learn, meet leaders, and see what's possible for your business. Can I save a spot for you? So then I wanted to, in closing, give an action step, which is to identify one event this month. And maybe it isn't conference, but I do think that we could all afford to probably spend some time on conference. Our next big event or our next event, make a list of 5 to 10 people that you want to personally invite and then follow up and confirm their attendance. So you probably have some dangling participles, as Mary likes to say, that of people who you have maybe invited but haven't gotten a firm answer, or you had thought about someone. And, I know I talked to some people on my team who had thought about other people, and I don't have commitments from her if she had talked to them yet. So who are those people that are the low-hanging fruit, people who have maybe you've already had a conversation with? And let's take 5 minutes and reach out to them. And I'm going to put in the chat what that you can say based on what he teaches. So copy and paste it into the chat real quick. I have no idea how long that was, but hopefully we have time to do 5 minutes of inviting.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to add to this. There's the part I wanted to say about it's my job to create an environment where people can make good decisions about their lives. This is a good follow-up thing to say. I don't know if it's the first thing I would say when you haven't talked to them yet about it, but when you're following up with people, it's my job to create an environment where people can make good decisions about their lives. I forgot to type that. And then you can go into the inviting part or tweak that if you've already invited them and you're following up with them. And I really liked this because I never really knew exactly what to say about conference because you don't know what they're going to get out of it, but we do know that it is their chance to learn, to meet leaders, and to see what's possible. So I think that that's a really fantastic way to say it. And then can I save a spot for you? So if we could take 5 minutes and reach out to some people on our list with that verbiage or your own, let's do that now. Okay, I'm sure that's been at least 5 minutes. I think I sent like 4 or 5 texts. So, as we talked about, it's more important, it's better to make those phone calls. So, tomorrow, maybe you could spend a half an hour or do a power hour and make some phone calls. But I just did text follow-ups tonight. So, did anybody have anything that they wanted to report on the few things that they just got done in the last 5 minutes?
Well, I'm coming to St. Louis for the weekend, which is there's going to be an awesome event. Jenny's hosting me in her home on Friday night, and I um I was making my list of people I haven't sent the text yet, but that's what I'm doing because I
Perfect.
waited till the 11th hour here.
Yeah. So you made it worked on your list.
Mhm.
Okay, well, maybe tomorrow you can you'll probably do a selfie video then, won't you?
Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a wide. I'm gonna send a big text out tomorrow morning. I'm gonna stay up tonight and get it all figured out, and then in the morning I'm gonna pick out my favorite people and I'll call them or I'll send a selfie video. So I'll either call them or send a video.
Very cool. Anybody else?
I shot a little invite for not conference, but Saturday's event because I was like, well, maybe that'll be a good step stool. Because then if they see that and like it, then maybe they'll go, somewhere bigger and spend the money to do that and whatnot. So a little stepping stool.
Awesome. I think that's a very well timed. Is it a Super Saturday?
Yes.
Very well timed because it's easy. It's an easier yes, and it's more local to you. And then they always promote heavily for the bigger one. So that's a great plan, Jenny, to get them there first. I love that. Okay, that's what I've got, Mary.
Awesome. Well, I think it's incredible. You got some priceless training tonight. I appreciate all of you.